Good morning, everyone. It is July 15th, 2018. And I'm Eric. When bad things happen to you, I have a lot of bad things happen to me. I went to jail a week ago Friday, actually Thursday, and then, of course, you have car part failure. And the reason why I'm talking about this isn't because I want sympathy, because I don't need it. And the reason I'm talking about it is because people, when bad things happen, react in different ways. Now, through my long 45-year life, and I say it's been long, even though it really hasn't, lots and lots of bad things have happened. I mean, lots. And I have found when I react in a violent, or not violent, but in an explosive way, meaning I lose my temper about it, things don't go right. But each time I've maintained a cool head and kept I kept calm and just did what I had to do, things went so much smoother. So much smoother. It's natural to react in an angry way when bad things happen to you. I mean, after all, what did you do to deserve this bullshit, right? But if you don't react that way and you're like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to have to deal with it, and you keep calm and you do what you have to do, things go so much better. So much. Now, this morning, I go to leave my little home here and try to start my truck up, and I get a solenoid click. And it's a major inconvenience. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. At first, I thought it was the starter. I take the starter out, and nothing wrong with the starter. And then I have my wife turn the key over, and I hear this really loud clicking coming from underneath the hood. And it turned out to be the firewall-mounted solenoid next to the battery. Simple enough to repair. It's not much of a challenge. It's not a challenge at all, really. But it's still annoying, and I didn't react in a negative way. I sat there and I thought about everything, and it came to the conclusion it only can be that thing. So, when bad things happen, how you react really has a strong influence on the overall outcome. Whether it's a car repair or being arrested or shit hit the fan. And shit hit the fan, it is going to be crucial for you to keep a clear and focused mind. Reacting in an explosive way, losing your temper, being negative, will get you killed. And, you know, at that point in time, so much more is going to be at stake than being able to make it to work, or to the store, or wherever, or being able to pay the entire electric bill, or some other personal crisis. What's going to be at stake is your very existence, the very existence of your family. Now, we've been watching these things, you know, for many years, and at some point, the shit hit the fan event that we all expect is going to happen. And I venture to say that it's not going to only be a single event. It's going to be multiple events at once, just as in the Dark Ages when civilization collapsed then. And it did. It collapsed, and there are a whole bunch of variables that contributed to the collapse of civilization back in, what was it, 1177 or 1184, something like that. It was between that time period. And we are witnessing many of the same things now that happened then. Droughts, strange weather phenomenon, among other things, volcanic eruptions, and so on, plagues, and so on and so forth. And we are seeing these things resurface now as I speak. We have the volcanic eruptions. We have the strange weather phenomenon. We have the wars. We have the plagues. So the collapse of our civilization probably isn't too far off. It probably is going to be sooner rather than later now in 2018. And how you react to it is going to determine the outcome for you. A lot of people like to rely on God. Oh, God will get me through it. I don't need to prepare because God will provide for me. Well, God is providing for you. God is allotting you the time you need to prepare. And for you rapture Christians, God don't work that way. He does not work that way. He's not going to save you from the tribulations to come. You must go through the tribulations. And you must make it through the tribulations to be worthy. Don't rely on God. Prepare. You have very, very short amount of time. Okay? And when things go bad, and they will, and they are, you need to keep a clear mind and a positive attitude, and you have to keep pushing on. You have to do what you have to do, whether it be, scrounging for food in that abandoned home or building of some sort, school, or killing another human being that's a threat to you. You will have to do what you must in order to survive. So, your attitude, your overall attitude during this time will determine whether you live or whether you die. Just as your attitude determines now whether a car repair goes smoothly or some other horrible event in your life, such as being arrested. Your attitude will determine the outcome. I want you to keep this in mind. If you don't believe me, if you don't believe that your attitude has a whole lot to do with the outcome, I point you to the Rice experiment, where people, and this experiment has been replicated over and over and over again. So there's no denying that our thoughts and our intentions don't have power, because they do. They are very, very powerful. One jar of rice was given love and affection. The other was ignored, or actually there are three of them. One jar was ignored completely, and the other one was told nasty things. What do you suppose happened? The jar that was given the love, it didn't mold, it stayed more or less white. The other jars, though, the ones that one was ignored and the other one was given hate, they both turned out moldy. Different kinds of mold, too, by the way. So, the power of your mind, the power of your attitude, your thoughts, is incredible. And when things go bad, I mean really bad, they're already going bad, but when we finally hit rock bottom, and we will. Look at my big ass ears. Remember, your attitude will, at least in part, determine your survival, your family survival. Hope everyone has a great day. And remember, kill the state and live free.